Chapter 10.3, Solving for Radical Equations. Easy lesson, bro. First of all, let's talk about inverse functions. So in the past, when I asked you guys to solve for quadratics, so x squared, you know that in order to isolate x, you can just put square root, okay? In order to do that, to isolate x, you will undo the square root and the power of 2, so you can get x by itself. Okay, so same thing over here for this lesson. When I give you guys square root of x, you can just square it, and then x is isolated. Okay, that's pretty much the whole concept of how to work on the radical equation in this lesson. Okay, let's get started. So when you guys see an equation like this, first thing you want to do is you want to isolate the radical expression, which is square root of 4p minus 3. Okay, now I'm going to subtract 2 on both sides. So you can have your radical expression isolated. So that will be square root of 4p minus 3, which equals to 3. In this case, you would go ahead and square both sides. Well, you want to square this side, but you're going to do the same thing on the other side. So you have 4p minus 3 come out clean, equals to 3 squared, which is 9. Okay, go ahead and solve for p. It's that easy, okay? So plus 3 on both sides. Now you got 4p equals to 9 plus 3. This is cancel, okay? 12. So divided by 4 on both sides. Now you got p equals to 3, okay? Oops, sorry. Number 2, looks like the radical expression is already isolated. All you need to do is go ahead, square both sides. I got 4 squared, that's 16, equals to 3x minus 5. Now it's isolated. Okay, so go ahead and isolate more. We try to solve for x, right? So add 5 on both sides, add 5 on both sides. This is gone. This is 21 equals to 3x. Okay, how do you isolate x? Divided by 3, divided by 3, this is gone. Now you got x equals to 21, divided by 3, 7. Told you that this shit is easy. Okay, so number 3, easiest of the whole entire lesson. Okay, whenever you guys see square roots on both sides, celebrate it. Okay, celebrate it. Square both sides. I think I gave you guys 4 questions like this. After you guys square both sides, you will see 7p equals to 3p plus 4. It is that easy, okay? Now, we want to put all the variables on one side, so move the 3p to the left side by subtracting 3p on both sides. Okay? Now I got 4p equals to 4. Shit is too easy, man. Divide by 4, divide by 4 on both sides. Okay, you got p equals to 1. That's it. No trick. Celebrate it. Square root on both sides. Square it. Okay, after you square it, you got r over 9 equals to 40 minus r. Hell yeah. Now, understand that r divided by 9 on one side. So in order to isolate r on the left side, you're gonna have to multiply by 9, okay? So multiply by 9 on both sides so you can get the r on the left side isolated. So you have these cancel out. R equals to distribute the 9. Okay, it's not that hard. I'll do it for you. Okay. All right. So I want to move the negative 9r to the left side. So I'm going to add 9r on both sides. So I have 10r equals to 360. Isolating r divided by 10 on both sides. Okay, now you got r equals to 36. Easy stuff again. Okay. Okay, so now we're gonna do the hardest shit of the entire lesson. Okay, not that hard. It's just a little bit more tedious. I love this online teaching. I can just say whatever I want. Okay. All right. So number 5. First thing first. How do I know that this is gonna result in quadratics? In case you don't know what quadratic means that you're going to have a variable square. Okay, in this case, it's n. Okay, so later on, you guys will see n squared. No worries. So what's going to happen in quadratics is that you gotta have to check for extraneous solutions. Sorry, I twist my tongue. Extraneous solutions means that some of the solutions are not going to work. Okay, you might get one or two. Sorry, you might get a maximum of 2 solutions, but one of them might not work, or both of them might not work, or both of them work. Okay, I'll tell you all the worksheet, all the questions on the worksheet that I give you. If you see a negative is not going to work sometimes. Okay, let's get started. So, oops, number 5. Go ahead and just square both sides. Okay, so you got 30 minus n equals to n squared. Okay, so you want to set one side equal to 0. By doing that, move the 30 to the right and then negative n to the right side. Okay, shit. All right, so subtract 30 on both sides and then add n on both sides. So what's going to happen is 0 equals to n squared plus n minus 30. Okay, go ahead and factor this. Put that into parentheses. You got n and n over here. Okay, so analyze it. So what are the factors of negative 30? That gives you a sum equals to positive 1. So you know that's going to be 5 and 6. And then one of them is going to be a negative and one of them is going to be a positive. So in order to get positive 1, you're going to have to put positive 6, negative 5. Okay, now go ahead and solve it. N equals to 5, n equals to negative 6. Which one works? Which one doesn't? I told you guys that negative doesn't work. Okay, why though? Look at this. If you, oops, if you plug in negative 6 into n, what's going to happen here? You're going to have your equation as square root of 30 minus negative 6 equals to a negative 6. You know that for a fact that you cannot have your square root equal to a negative number. This is a big no-no. There's no way. Okay? So, with that being said, negative 6 is not going to work. The only solution is going to be 5. Okay? Let's do more. Next one, positive. Oops, sorry. What am I saying? Square both sides. Oh, no, sorry. Square both sides. Okay? You got x squared equals to negative 20 plus 12x. Now we're gonna make one side equal to 0. So I'm going to do all these steps. Okay, you know what I'm doing. Okay, so I can cancel out these two and just put all of them, all the junk on the left side. So we have x squared minus 12x plus 20 equals to 0. Now factor that. Okay, analyze it. Factors of positive 20 gives you sum equals to negative 12. Okay, so you know that I got 2 and 10. Okay, but I want my sum to be negative 12, so negative 2, negative 10. Okay, so negative 2, negative 10. So x equals to 2, x equals to positive 10, and then look at it. Oops. So which one doesn't work, or do both of them work? Because if you insert 2 into x and then 10 into x, both of them are positive. They're both gonna work. So your answer is gonna be 2 and 10. Last one. You cannot just square both sides. Okay? Told you guys that the radical expression needs to be isolated. So, first thing you want to do for number 7, this is the hardest question, so but don't trip, okay? Subtract 5 on both sides. So I have square root of 4n minus 15 equals to n minus 5. Here, now, since the radical expression is isolated, you can just go ahead and square both sides. Do what you do best. Okay, to have 4n minus 15 by itself, and then I have, this is basically saying n minus 5 times n minus 5, and then you have to do a FOIL. Okay, so that's going to be n squared minus 5n minus another 5n, so that's going to come out to be negative 10n. Combine them together, and then negative 5 times negative 5, that's a positive 25. Okay, copy down the 4n minus 15 on the left side. Hey, let's clear the shit on the left side, all right? So subtract n on both sides, add 15 on both sides. What's so hard about it, huh? 0 equals to n squared. Combine the like terms, minus 14n. Combine the like terms, plus 40. Okay? And an n right here. Okay? So factors of positive 40 gives you sum equals to negative 14. Don't want to waste your time. It's going to be minus 10 minus 4. So you know that your n values are positive 10, positive 4. And then you're going to go like, both of them work. No. No. Okay? I know that this was your original equation, but look at this one right here. Because I told you guys to isolate the radical expressions by subtracting 5 on both sides. So this should be your original equation. Okay? Look at this. Look at this right here. N minus 5. Okay? If you insert 10 into this n, you're going to get 10 minus 5, which comes out to be 5. Good. That's going to be a positive. That's fine. But look at this one right here. If you insert 4 into n, you're going to get 4 minus 5, which is negative 1. Your radical expression cannot equal to a negative 1. Okay? Cannot equal to negative 1. So in this case, 4 doesn't work. That's an extraneous solution. Only one that's working is n equals to 10. Okay? That's it. That's it for chapter 10.3. Good luck. And then make sure you guys finish the worksheet before spring break. Have a good one, man.